to The Inside Joke. My name's John DeKoven, and it's my pleasure tonight to talk to our headliner for the evening, Kabeezy.
Thank you.
All right, cool. And he goes by, if you're on Facebook, Kabir Singh, because Facebook will not let you just have one name because they know that's gay.
Yes, that's very true.
So, the thing is, I've been producing shows now for 4 years, off and on, here and there, and I never knew who you were. And then all of a sudden, like 7 months ago, it's like I get a call from some guy, and I'm like, oh, this is some terrorist. And now you're just like everywhere. So, what got you into comedy? How did you get into
stand-up? I was always funny guy at the parties and stuff in high school. What happened was really interesting. How I actually got into stand-up was I was hanging out at my local bar in Fremont. And you guys know Sammy Obeid. I was just hanging out. I went to high school.
Boyfriend.
That's right. I was hanging out just with some friends, and I knew him through high school. We weren't that close in high school, but I knew of him. And he came up to me, he's like, you know, I'm doing stand-up comedy now. You should come check out my show. And I was like, stand-up comedy, that's something that I've always wanted to get into. That sounds pretty interesting. So I went. It was his, I believe it was the finals, or I'm sorry, the second round of the Rooster Feather competition.
2008?
Okay. Saw him come in first place in the round 2, went back to the final, and then I started getting into stand-up and the semifinals around, and then, you know, just a little bit, a couple open mics, and then I saw him at the finals, and then he won that. And that really motivated me. I was like, wow, this guy's been doing comedy for a year, maybe less, and he's won this major competition. I really want to do this. So that whole year, I was 7 days a week hustling with Sammy. We would do I'm talking open mics that no one would even hear of. We were doing laundromats, karaoke's. We were doing poetry nights, just everything, and all the stand-up and all the open mics. And then we just worked really hard. Now my whole goal for that whole year was to come back and win Roosters next year, and I came back the next year and won.
You did it. So,
yeah.
Question. When did you first realize you loved doing stand-up comedy, and when did you first realize that you were in love with Sammy Obeid? And I don't even
the first time I was, this is really strange actually, the first time was my 4th show was at a sold-out show at Cobb's in San Francisco. My 4th show because there was an Indian comedy show going on, and Sammy got me on. It was the Pundits Will Punchlines. It was a sold with Tapan Traverti and Hassan Manhaj. They threw me on that. It was 4 shows deep. Didn't tell the guys that I was. I went up and bombed. It was the most ridiculous bombing and probably the most.
Not in the.
No, not in the brown way.
Right.
But I just went up there and tanked it. I think it was just the most painful experience of my life. It was just like I had friends there, I had some family there, which is always, if you're starting out doing comedy, don't invite your friends and family for a while. At that point, I really felt like I really wanted to come back strong. The next night I did San Jose Improv, same Pundits Will Punchline, kind of bombed again. And from that point, I just worked really hard, and I loved it. I loved knowing that I had to prove these guys wrong, that I knew I was funny, and I had to come back and just bring what I bring at parties and social events on stage. So I worked really hard, and I came back, and then a year later, I did the same Pundits Will Punchline show. Actually, it was Slumdog Comedy Tour, just a couple months ago at Cobb's. After I tanked it, a year later, I go up there, sold out Indian crowd, and massacred the place for 10 straight minutes. And that was one of the best feelings. I took one of the worst feelings of my life, transitioned it to one of the best feelings of my life in a year. I swear I came back Cobb's. I circled that date 4 months before I went to Cobb's this year. It was just 2 months ago. I circled that date. It's like, I'm going to come back to Cobb's and I'm going to smash it. And that's exactly what I did.
Right. Obviously, Indians don't believe in Saturdays in Dublin, but that's another story.
Yeah, I know.
You start developing your routine.
It was so weird. It's so hard to tell you. The first time I decided I was going to do stand-up was a pizza place at Mission Pizza. It was booked on Thursday.
Right.
Wednesday night, when I knew I was on it, I was up all night writing. It was crazy. It was like I've never written a joke in my life, and I sat there. I was like, all my friends are coming. I got to be funny, and I actually did well the first 3 times at Mission Pizza. I did well. I sat there and I just wrote. In hindsight, it was actually really fun. It kept me up all night because I was laughing. I was like, this is really funny stuff. But you know, and it turned out, it transitioned well. It was good funny. It turned out to be really hacky. Like looking back at it, it was just like really hacky material. Like, this is what my bomb sounds like, even though I still do that. But it's like, but it's better structured, people. Now, but it was just like, you know, stuff like that. And I wrote this Power Ranger joke that was just the hackiest thing ever. It was so funny. I can't even think back and think about those jokes I did. But the writing process came extremely easy to me, and I don't know how to explain it. Sat there with paper and just started writing material, and I had a crap load of material. Every week I would be every 2 weeks I'd be at Mission Pizza with a brand new 7 minutes. Wasn't that good in hindsight. A lot of it was hacky premises and stuff that I know now, but it was still, you know, the writing was no problem.
Right. Now a lot of comics have kind of regular day jobs, but your day job's a little interesting. I don't even know if you call it a day job, but you're not probably making a full-time living at comedy, or I wouldn't be talking to you tonight.
Right.
What do you do to make money? I mean, what do you do to pay the bills besides sponging off your parents?
Yeah, well, I'm still live with my mom and I. She's the only one left, but right now, you know, I just bet on sports and I play.
Are you Napoleon?
No. Right now, you know, I actually bet on sports and I play poker. I've been doing it since I was about 18 or 19. So I make, you know, I make a good amount of money, enough to keep me out of a regular 9 to 5. You know, I don't make a lot of money, but it's just enough to where I can help out with the rent, pay a couple other electricity bills, have enough to go out, pay gas, and then with the comedy it helps. But you know, obviously I make the majority of my money playing poker. There was a couple of years early where I was making a very good amount of money playing poker. Then I kind of slowed down with the comedy, and just, you know.
That's interesting because it's just a stereotype. Like, it's funny because I'll see your postings on Facebook about sports.
Yeah.
I'm like, what Indian guy knows anything
about
football? You don't think of a guy knowing anything about sports.
I went to a school that was 80% Asian and Indian, so I got to play football.
Okay.
I was watching like, I can do this.
Yeah.
It's me versus Kim Lee. I think I can take Kim Lee.
So what do you want to do going forward? I mean, what do you see? I mean, do you want to be a big touring comic, or would you rather be somebody that does TV, or?
Right now, you know, I'm going full blast comedy. For the next couple of years, I'm really going full blast 5 days a week, and then we're going to see what comes out of that. Obviously, I'm taking some acting classes, so movies and, you know, those things are great, but right now I'm just going to develop myself into the best comic I can, then hopefully go to LA and make a run for it eventually, but right now it's just all stand-up.
So, you know, I like to joke about, because we know Sammy, people watch Sammy, and I like to joke that they're boyfriend, girlfriend, because they're together so much it's almost a little uncomfortable sometimes. When a heterosexual guys are that bonded together, it's a little creepy, but that's okay. But you guys have the KO comedy.
Yeah, my hair is growing curly now.
You know, where they kind of partner
I found a
up.
curl in my hair.
And then, so we can, what's your website? We'll put that up.
Yeah, so right now, just Sammy and I combined for KO Comedy. It's Kabeezy Obeid Comedy. Just go to KOComedy.com, like knockout, KOComedy.com. There's a link to my website, his website. You can hire us for shows together. And, you know, if it wasn't for Sammy, I wouldn't be doing stand-up. So it's cool, you know, we've been sticking together and working on a lot of stuff. We're writing some sketches and stuff. So a lot of cool things will be, 2010 is going to be a strong year. We're really going to make a run for it next year. We're excited.
All right, so we'll say keep an eye on these guys. What else can I say about you that's very sarcastic? I'm losing my train of thought, but I do appreciate you coming out tonight.
Hey, I want to say one thing too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for this club.
Oh, here comes the kiss.
Yeah, see, this is so I can get this on the front page of Blue Hey man, thank you for giving all these comics opportunity, man. You got the open mic on Fridays. A lot of comics that, you know, may not get up a lot. They come out here and then you book them for Saturday shows. You're really one of the cool bookers, man. Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. And check out our website, bunjoscomedy.com, for the full schedule. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.